Hi guys, it's Shell, Sunbury Housewives. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to our channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see future videos. So today I have a really fun, different video. I'm making a tumbler using fabric. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm starting with a 20-ounce straight. And this fabric I got from the Dollar Tree. It's super cute with these bicycles and sunflowers, that's what it is. So I'm just laying out the fabric so I can cut off only the portion that I need. I found it easiest just to fold it over on itself and then just cut a straight-ish line. And I am cutting it slightly bigger than the tumbler itself so that I can then later cut off the excess. Now that that's cut, I'm just once again checking to make sure that I did cut correctly. And I did, with just a slight overlap, no big deal. And then I'm going to go ahead and get prepared because I'm going to Mod Podge this on. I'm going to Mod Podge the crap out of this. I'm giving very generous coat to start to lay over the fabric. Just this little section right here to lay the fabric down, and then I will go around, as you can see what I'm doing here, just laying little bits at a time. I didn't want any chance of the Mod Podge drying as I was trying to lay it, so I'm just doing section at a time, and I'm doing very generous coats and then smoothing the fabric down as I go. And right here, I pulled up just a little bit because I want the straighter edge to be on top. So again, just generously putting the Mod Podge down and then adding the Mod Podge on top and smoothing that down. And then once I got all that down, I make sure that I go through and smooth it down. And I'm going to generously put Mod Podge all over the tumbler again. And I will do the Mod Podge on top probably about 4 times, letting it dry in between each coat. After 4 coats of Mod Podge, I take my little trimmer tool here. I got this from Amazon, and I'm going to trim off the bottom of the fabric. And I went around, I want to say like 2 or 3 times, and then pulled off the excess fabric. And this gave me a very clean line at the bottom. Anything that was left over, I just took my Exacto knife and just trimmed off any excess stray strings, as fabric tends to do. So this little tool has a straight edge blade in it, so it's extremely sharp. And I did the same thing up at the top as well. And then once that was done, here I took my Exacto knife and just any strings that were, you know, stragglers. So I just check it over and make sure that everything was what I wanted. So then I was trying to decide what I wanted to do at the bottom. So then what I decided I wanted to do was take this glitter. This is Mermaid Scales from the Glitter Heart Co. And I'm just taking some Tack It over and over, just straight from the bottle. I didn't water it down or nothing. And I gave this two coats of the Tack It over and over, letting it dry both times before I went ahead and glittered. So the first coat I did, and then I took my heat gun and let that dry. And then I did a second coat and let that dry. And then I added the glitter, if I ever get there. So right now I'm just heating it up to let it dry using my heat gun. And it dries fairly quickly. So then I'm taking the glitter and I'm adding it to the bottom all over. And then I do brush away any of the excess glitter. And I'm just burnishing it down now. And I am getting rid of any excess glitter around the bottom that I do not want. So this is giving it a very iridescent, very shiny look to the tumbler, and you'll see here in just a second. And then I do take my brush and get rid of any excess glitter that I don't want. And this matched part of the bike so well. And I don't think I could have picked a better glitter for this. So once that was done, instead of going in and epoxying first, I decided to add all of my vinyl work. I probably should have glittered or epoxied first, but I was living on the edge to get this done in time for a tutorial. So I went ahead and added gray vinyl striping at the bottom and up at the top. This was a darker gray to bring in some of the grayer elements of the bike. And I just went around the top and the bottom. And then for the decal, I just made a decal and did an offset that says "Life is a Beautiful Ride," and I thought that was fitting for this really adorable tumbler. And I just placed that right in the middle, starting from the center and working my way out, and remove the transfer tape. And actually really didn't give me a whole lot of problems without it being epoxied first, which I was really grateful for. Again, I probably should have epoxied first. I did use my heat gun to adhere it pretty nicely first, and then I did seal it with Rust-Oleum 2 times clear, and then it was time to epoxy. So I didn't mix up, I had other tumblers I was working on, so I did mix up 30 mLs of epoxy, but this tumbler here actually only took about 15 milliliters of epoxy. For the first coat, that is. I did decide to add in a epoxy additive, which was Marshmallow by the Glitter Heart Co., which gave it just a nice little sparkle. So I did add that in. So I'll go ahead and pop any bubbles that I have, and then I let this spin for 12 hours. So this is after the one coat. It does need 2 additional coats, but I needed to get this tutorial out. So this is what it's looking like so far. I'm absolutely loving it. I think it's beautiful. And I'm gonna have to do more tutorials with fabric. I absolutely am obsessed with doing it with fabric now. I really hope you loved this tutorial. This will be available on my website once it's done. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.